Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and Rex, and we are in Coffeyville, Kansas. And what I want to talk about is town fathers. It's a small town. It's probably less than 10,000 population. And what it is, I've mostly lived in small towns, but I say I lived in San Jose, California. I lived out there, and lived in Topeka, Tulsa, but most of them have been small communities. This is a Walmart on the right, and what happens, the Walmart now, they moved to the other side of town, and on small towns like this, wherever Walmart is, and that's where the people are, or the businesses are going to be. And so they started the Walmart here, and all these businesses started up, and then now Walmart moved to the other side of town. And it's out in the country on the other side of town. It's not in Coffeyville anymore. So they probably had a falling out with the town fathers. And the town fathers are the ones that the town is their vision, and what they want to do, and that's what they do. They make the rules from that, what they want the town to be like, and that's what they're going to do. So now you see, this is a lot of we called them urban renewal, and when you take older houses and you tear them out and then you put new places in. And that's what you see here. These were old houses that have been torn down, and they're putting other stuff up. And at the time, I thought, well, that would be a pretty good deal. Now you see the houses that are still standing are kind of run down and nasty. And what's happened is people, they're have changed. They, for me, I would like one of these older houses. Okay, cheap housing. I wanted cheap housing when I first got married, and then because I've always tried to live less than my means, less than the money I'm bringing in, and then I can upgrade as I go. But nowadays, everybody moves right into the nice house. I think housing now is kind of like the fancy cars used to be. It used to be you want to get a fancy car, so now it's the houses. Everybody wants the fancy houses. So, but now this is not the main street of Coffeyville. And then here I'm gonna go in there and show you what happens to the main street when the town fathers take control. And like I say, they kind of set up the zoning and the remodeling and this type of stuff. And it limits what you can do. It's what they want done. And I don't know if you can see them, but the buildings that are nice that are here, and like I say, these are older buildings that have been torn down. They put the newer ones up, and but now they're expensive, it's hard to get the building, and like I say, some are just, there's a lot of parking lots and stuff like that. Right here's one of the main streets, and they even took the stoplight down. They had a stoplight here before, no more. And like I say, more parking lots. You can see the businesses aren't striving. They're not really doing good. A lot of vacant buildings. Vacant theater. There's not a lot of reason to come downtown, and that's why that other street we were on kind of bypasses downtown. But when I was young, all the shops were all open, people were doing business, stuff like that. And of course now everything has changed, and but it's the same thing. Now see, this building on the left, you can't do anything. It falls under the historic thing. So there's only certain things you can do. And that's why a lot of these were historic, and there's only so much you can do. Right here on the left, you can't see it. Let's see if I can back up here. On the left here is, that's a bank, and on the right is a bank, and this is where the Dalton brothers tried to rob both banks, and or Dalton gang, and that's where they got them, right here. And but this is it. But I say it's way, since you can't develop it except for their rules, it doesn't get developed. And one of their things on the side, on the left side, you can see the awnings over the sidewalk. That was a big thing. They wanted that. But like I say, they're spending money where you can't, making people spend money on things that they're not going to be able to make money off of. And now this happens, now this is for the city fathers do it. You also have the same problem with the counties, how the counties do their thing. That's where the Agenda 21 kind of stuff comes from. And that makes the community do things that the community doesn't want to do. And it's sad. It's sad. And now they do the same thing that's going on here is the same thing that goes on in big cities. And it's just a little kind of different way of doing it, but they got more town fathers, and they got more power, and they might have community committees, to study and stuff like that. That's why you find so much corruption going on in all these places. Now, here on the, we missed it. But on the left, on the left up here is this is the Coffeyville Community College. And this, I think there's only 2 counties in the United States that have 2 junior colleges in them. And this is one of the counties. We got 2. Independence, Kansas, we got the Independence Community College, and here's the Coffeyville Community College. And I say so. And this, they're always battling it out, because you keep thinking one of them's going to close, but they're not going to close. They're going to keep them going. But like I say, it does hinder the development of a community when you're limited on, look at the dogs in the pickup on the right. And when they're trying to tell everybody what to do, the codes and stuff like that, and what kind of businesses they want. and they make people care for them the way they want them cared. I mean, I remember out in California. Let's see, one time I guess I was down by LA, and they made people have grass. They live in the desert, and they made them grow grass. So then you're growing grass in the desert. So in other words, you're wasting water. And so there's things like this are happening not only at the city and the county level, but like I say, it also happens at the state level. And this is why we don't like giving more authority to the feds. And what happens, the states don't want to take responsibility, so they pass it on down to the or pass it up to the feds, and so then they go under federal control. And even here, Obama, I think it was Obama? No, it was Clinton, had 1,000 more policemen he was going to put on. And what they do, they had them in this town. I was driving and they gave me a ticket. And the guy knows me, and he said, "Sorry, I got to give you a ticket, Mike, but this is under the federal money. Federal grant is how they got the money, and he's got to write so many tickets, and so that's why I had to get a ticket." So that's what happens when you let outside forces control your community. And that's why the smaller the community, you know who these town fathers are, and you can talk to their wives, or you can go to the meetings and stuff like that. So there is a little something you can do. But when it gets bigger, they don't want to listen to you, and it really becomes difficult. And but this is why you see so many stores. It's funny, I go all over and I find the same stores wherever I go. And that's why. Big companies know how to play the game, and then they can start up their business. And I wish I would have known they were turning. But you see it right here. Dollar Tree. So see, it's the same stores. You find the same stores every place you go. So it's really kind of strange. But anyway, I'll leave you alone. And this is Mike, NoStressMike.com.